Support for WYES is made possible by Mary Lou Kristovich in memory of her husband, William Kristovich.
I'm Peggy Scott Laborde, and welcome to Steppin Out, spotlighting the New Orleans area's arts and entertainment scene. Seated at our art table tonight, Diane Lyons, here to tell us all about this year's NOLA Christmas Fest. Welcome, Diane.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you. Hi. Poppy Tucker, with an exclamation point, host of the radio program Louisiana Eats, airing twice weekly on WWNO Radio. Good to see you. And the list is long here. Actress, writer, Kimberly Kaye, who also happens to be a singer for the band Loose Cattle, along with band leader and actor Michael Cerveris. Good to see you. It's great that you're here. And author and publisher Dalt Wonk, here to talk about his latest book and other publications of Luna Press. And Alan Smason will return next week. But first up, we're going uptown, Miss Poppy.
We're going to go uptown this week, and we're going to start off at Stokehold, which is a restaurant inside of Port Orleans Brewery. And they're starting something new next Wednesday. Every other Wednesday, they're going to have a special dinner. And it's going to have beer education. So you're going to start off with tasting multiple beers alongside base flavors. So you'll learn what best pairs for your taste buds. And then they'll have a fabulous 3-course meal paired with the right beers. It's limited to just 20 people, and the tickets are $45. And
that's a good deal.
It's a good deal, and if you're a beer lover, this is so much fun. It's a great Christmas gift to give someone. And, you know, that's Jeremy Walcott from Hi Hat at Stokehold. He's one of the chefs. The food's great. And now, speaking of Hi Hat, let's go to Ferret Street. And when I was getting ready to talk to you all today, I was thinking about a Steppin Out that we taped 10 years ago now, when there was Cure, and there was this little blue shed that there was going to be a restaurant in. There was a sign in German on the window. Turns out that's where Dat Dog started, in the little blue shed. And that was all that was there 10 years ago, because we talked about that, I believe, in January 2007. Now, Ferret Street is just crazy. And obviously, everybody knows about it because we've got national chains there now. Domino's was always there since before the storm, but now there's a Halal Guys and a Blaze Pizza. And where Village Coffee used to be on the corner of Ferret and Jefferson, it's going to be a Starbucks. So Ferret Street has really made it now if there's a Starbucks. But let me tell you what is there. Now, everybody remembers Bob Iacovone from Cuvée. And he's been being Mr. Mom for quite some time, but he's back. And Bob and his wife, Joanna, have opened up a little storefront on Ferret Street, very near Jefferson, that is filled with deliciousness. So if you loved Cuvée, now Bob can be your own virtual home chef. You just have to pick up on Ferret Street. And the menu changes daily. It's not dine-in, it's all to go. There's some delicious food. Creamy tomato basil and goat cheese soup. Here's a sample. Oh, this is what I want right now. Roasted garlic braised short ribs with goat cheese lasagna and satsuma chimichurri. Parmesan poppy seed tortelli with dried tomato ragu, and a barbecued shrimp pie. So that's just a little sampling of what Bob's cooking up there, and I suggest everybody go. Then, right next door to Iacovone Kitchen is Good Bird. Now, Good Bird started downtown at St. Roch, and they've recently expanded to Ferret Street. They're in the space that used to be the original Dat Dog. And then Liberty Cheesesteak was there, and now they've moved to the corner, and they've got a liquor license in their much larger space. So, you know, you can really move up on Ferret Street. And they have delicious things at Good Bird. You can have breakfast there, where the Good Bird is pretty much in the form of an egg, where you can have bowls or avocado or hummus toast. They have sandwiches, salads, and smoothies. some vegetarian and vegan, but pretty much they all have some chicken. And if you want the chicken, you can get the whole thing. If you call an hour in advance, they'll sell their delicious chicken for $15 for the whole bird. And then we're confined within just a few doors on Ferret Street right now. So across the street, I wanted to remind everybody, we started with beer, we'll pretty much end with beer, at the Ferret Beer Room. They have 14 or more beers on tap and ciders and wine, but the food there is really good. It is not just a beer room. They've got charcuterie, cheeses, boudin balls, meatloaf, meatballs, smoked tomato mussels, and I recently had a pot roast sandwich. The pot roast is cooked for 12 hours. It's served with arugula and fontina cheese and creoles. And then don't forget, we're staying within that block this week, but down Ferret Street, Bar Francis's upscale bistro dining is really the fancy place on Ferret. And go there, lunch, dinner, and I think it's one of the best brunches in town.
And of course, as you said, don't forget good old hi-hat. Huh?
Good old hi-hat, good old Cure, and we know to drink coffee at Mojo.
Yes. Thank you so much. And Diane, how many years is the NOLA Christmas Fest?
Well, this is our 5th year for NOLA Christmas Fest. We're so excited to be back at Hall I at the Convention Center, I as in ice, because we have a huge ice rink just short of hockey size.
This is all the Convention Center.
The Convention Center has put this on now for 5 years. The New Orleans Convention Center decided this would be a great economic development to create during the slow time of tourism, the last 2 weeks of the year. It's indoor family fun. We have 2 giant ice slides. So, you know, in New Orleans, we don't have a hill. So you can slide down a real ice hill, 145 feet long, in an inner tube. And I've done it. We all do it. And Peggy, you have to come out and do it. It's so much fun. Right. We also have about 45 sponsored Christmas trees decorated by decorators and hospitality companies in New Orleans, as well as gingerbread houses. This year we have a full-size walk-in gingerbread house, and lots of gingerbread houses made from everyone from Galatoire's to Blaze on Ferret, creating a gingerbread house. So how fun is that? Indoor family fun, 135,000 square feet of fun and celebrations. And you know, when the weather outside is frightful, you can be great inside the New Orleans Convention Center.
The Convention Center is mighty big.
It's
so which
all
part?
the way at the end, past
Yes,
the very last
past
part, almost to
Okay.
Henderson. Go under the overpass. Convenient parking. Thank you for reminding me.
that's good. Yeah,
right
that's a
across
question.
the street from there, and it's pay one price. So once you pay the price, it's all on the website, NOLAChristmasFest.com. It's all included, everything but face painting and a visit with Santa, who will be there, and the polar bear is coming. And there are some great specials if you go to our website, NOLA
Is there
Christmas
food? Can
Fest.
people eat there?
There's concession food with the convention center, all kinds of great things, healthy choices, regular hot dogs and things like that, and pizza. It is a pay one price. Everything's included. Your ice skating. Ice skates are included, which is really a fantastic thing. We have crafts for the children, rides, rock walls. I mean, you can.
Can you buy stuff?
You can buy stuff. There's some vendors there.
Okay.
Yes, there's some local vendors.
That's important. You're still doing your Christmas shopping.
Yeah, or last minute after Christmas, there'll be some great things. We go from the 21st to the 31st, so we're open Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and the hours typically are 11 to 9 daily, but there's special hours for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And you know, Christmas Day is a big day for families to go to the movie theater after dinner. Now they can come to NOLA Christmas Fest. How exciting is that? Indoor with your friends.
So
it's
once again, the website
is NOLAChristmasFest.com.
Okay,
Thank you so much, Peggy.
Where do you find yourself continuing when you're there? Like, do you have a favorite nook and cranny?
You know, I love the crafts for the children. It's very hands-on, and parents just can hang out. We also have a little cocktail lounge for parents with great, I forgot to mention, toddies and frozen daiquiris and peppermint twist and things like that. You know, it's New Orleans. You got to have the fun in the family.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And New Orleans Magazine's quiz queen, Julia Street, has a question for us. Last time, Suzanne Hosel gave us the names of a New Orleans coroner who played the trumpet and a DA who could sing. That was Frank Mignard and Harry Connick Sr., both still with us. Now, tonight's question. Though now better better known as a Christmas-themed restaurant special menu, this meal was originally served in homes. What was it called, and when was it served? Email your answers to steppinout@wyes.org. Our prizes: an apron with the message "Better Latte Than Never" from our friends at wearablevegetables.com. 4 free one-day passes. This is a good deal to the NOLA Christmas Fest. All right. FYI, Judy Walker will be signing "Cooking Up a Storm" 2 to 4 at Kitchen Witch bookstore on the weekend. That's tomorrow, and she's going to be promoting her ebook version too. You can go to wyes.org for our online calendar to see our lineup of events, including Palmer Park's December Art Market. That's tomorrow, again, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can also link to our WYES YouTube channel to view our program. And now, Kimberly, first of all, we just want to say we're really glad you're here.
I'm really glad
for
to
many
be
reasons.
here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Not only your talent, it's been kind of a rough road, we know, with your health.
It's been a pretty
for the
crazy
last year and a half or past few years.
Sure.
You're looking fabulous.
Thank you.
So
I appreciate
good.
that. And thank New Orleans a lot. Because,
and we're glad you're
really
here full time. We know you used to live in New York, and your hubby moved here. I love that. New Orleanian conscious choice to move here. So that's a big deal. Okay.
Make the commitment.
Absolutely. With that said, new CD with that guy, Michael Cerveris, that Tony-winning guy who also lives here sometimes.
Theater guy.
Yeah, the theater guy.
Without the hair. Yeah.
So this Loose Cattle, for the uninitiated, is American roots.
Yes. Americana, folk, country, it's all kind of knitting together.
And I know we've had them on. You were with us, of course. But you've got a new CD. Tell us a little bit about the CD.
Sure. Seasonal Affective Disorder is our alternative holiday kind of album. Loose Cattle's primarily Michael and I, and Michael is this Peanuts Christmas tradition-loving West Virginia boy, and I'm, kind of like I work retail during the holidays, and I'm kind of over it person. So it was our attempt to kind of bring his enthusiasm for the holidays and knit it with my total lack of wanting to participate.
Well, the band will be in town and be playing the next few weeks, including next week.
It's gonna be incredible.
So you'll be at Chickawawa. We'll be showing all that as we talk, but at Chickawawa, one of my favorite places on Canal Street, and you'll be at Le Petit Theater and just all these great places. But some of the songs on the album, we're going to show an excerpt, a music video in just a moment, but some of them are original songs, aren't they?
Yes, ma'am. We have 2 new originals. One is Shepherds in a Parking Lot, which is Michael and I. And
we'll be showing a little bit of that in just a moment, but you all wrote that? Okay,
we wrote that one together, and then Michael teamed up with the newly Grammy Award nominated Lost Bayou Ramblers to write Don't Make Your Mama Cry on Christmas Day. So we've got 2 proper originals mixed in with all of our...
And I would assume the CD is available online and at all different places?
It's on Apple, it's on iTunes, it's on Amazon, it's at Louisiana Music Factory, and it's on loosecattleband.com.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. And in writing this collaborative, and I know you're great friends with Mr. Sanchez, Paul Sanchez.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you're writing some of these songs, just somebody gets together in the living room and just start. What's the process for you? Anything
That's
different?
exactly what it is.
Is that what it is? Okay,
yeah, first you pick out your covers, and then you argue about which cover songs you're going to do, and then based on that, someone has the upper hand in the actual writing. Well, we said we were going to do 3 of those songs you wanted to do, so now my verse goes in here. No, it's very collaborative, and literally for Michael and I, when we write, we just get in the living room, we sit down, the dogs are kind of hanging out at their feet, and you just kind of go back and forth, and if we can make each other laugh, then that goes in. That's what's in the song.
Well, you also have on the CD, as you said, some covers, including a really, I think, very tearful but sweet Willie Nelson song.
Oh, Pretty Paper. We really wanted to find holiday songs that weren't really pushing the Christmas message so much as the human message, that these are real pieces of storytelling that are pretty much not holiday songs. They're good any time of year. And Pretty Paper, which is written from the perspective of somebody encountering a veteran selling his wares during the holiday season during tough times. It's just a beautiful song. Willie Nelson gets it.
Well, I think the CD is hopeful. You have your quiet and your more serious moments, but the shepherds in the parking lot, that's sweet, but it's kind of funny too.
Sure, of course, because if you can't laugh at the moments of the holidays, they're a little bit too much, you're never going to get through them, so you might as well giggle.
Absolutely not. So now we get to show you. Here's an excerpt featuring Loose Cattle Cattle with Kimberly, Michael Cerveris, and of course other band members as they perform the original song, Shepherds in a Parking Lot.
No shepherds in this parking lot. Lonely fallen angels trying to be released. Sometimes it's hard to sing a Christmas song. Yeah, they tell you that it's Christmas. You put away the year. The ones you miss feel distant, and the ones you lost feel near. And there's broken choirs singing, but their harmony is hard to hear. But maybe you can be the wise one, bringing love where there's a need. For shepherds in a parking lot. Maybe fallen angels don't have to quite believe. And sometimes we can sing this Christmas song.
How wonderful. A reminder that the Loose Cattle Band will be playing traditional and original Christmas tunes. That's next Tuesday night at Chicky-Wawa on Canal Street across from the bus barn. Make sure that you want to visit Loose Cattle's website to learn more about future performances. And now it's time for our Artist Spotlight. Tonight we are featuring two works of art that are featured in the Arthur Roger Gallery on Julia Street. This is a Matchbox cover by Stephen Paul Day. He's such a creative guy. And it's called Are You From Dixie? And then here's a painting by the incredible Douglas Bourgeois called Spirit in the Dark. Works from both artists are currently on view at Arthur Roger Gallery until Saturday, December 23rd. Visit the gallery's website to see more of the artist's work. Now, Dalt, speaking of artists, okay, writer, artist, talk about somebody, and you and your wife, of course, chose to live here. You're not a New Orleanian in the tradition of after the storm. You've been here a while, haven't you?
Yes, I've been here since 1973.
And certainly embraced and became very much a part of the arts community, writing for several newspapers, covering the theater scene, and your wonderful wife, a very talented photographer. But these days you also have Luna Press, and tell us about the latest.
Well, Luna Press, we started a lifetime of impractical projects. This is our latest impractical project. And the idea was to try and produce books that are beautiful to look at, but also have something worthwhile inside them. Since now there's a lot of talk about how books are going to disappear, which I don't believe. No. So we're trying to make beautiful books and make them available locally.
And the latest is Laughing Lady.
Yeah, The Laughing Lady is a children's book that I started. I call myself the un-Mozart because he could get it right the first time. I started it when my daughter was 6 years old and finished it when she was 37. So it came on the shelf, off the shelf, on the shelf, off the shelf.
Now we have some images. You're going to explain these various, okay.
Yes, we have some images.
Here we
Do you
go.
want to? Oh, we're going to show them? Okay, well, that's The Laughing Lady. That's the cover.
And you were the illustrator on these?
Yes, I also did the illustrations. That's the cover of the book. The Laughing Lady takes place in the French Quarter, but also in the fantasy land of a young girl's dream. This is the Laughing Lady, where she's the villain. She lives in her fun house in an amusement park. It's a big old haunted house, and she sings her song. And by the way, these songs are MP3s that you can download for free from the Luna Press website.
And local singers,
local singers,
too.
written by local singers, and also recorded locally. This is the hero of the book. You can see she's a little sad there. That's Florence. And there, the bird is Senior Cockatoo. It's her pet and her best friend. And that little figure in the middle, that's Froggy Fiddler, because Florence's father had what he called the Great Puppet Circus. He used to make these puppets. But there's a problem, and that is Florence's mother wants to marry a nasty gentleman who wants to sell all the puppets and wants to get rid of the bird. Now the fantasy begins because the laughing lady comes down and steals the bird and takes the bird into her fun house, where there are creatures like this skeleton who is Boss Bones, and Boss Bones wants to marry the laughing lady, and that's why she stole the bird, because she wants to use the white feathers on her gown when she gets married. Well, there's not much time to tell a whole lot about the book, but I think that gives you the idea. And the question is, why did the laughing lady steal the cockatoo? Well, it was because she wants to make the gown. And does Florence, she goes into this scary fun house to save her pet. And the question is, will she save the pet? And will she come back to her bedroom? And to find out, you'll have to read the book.
Now, you also have cards, Riddles of Existence.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Okay, well, the Riddles of Existence, these are cards. They are, well, how to explain it? Let's see.
Open up so
Oh,
just
there
show
you
one.
go.
I realize.
Okay.
Show and tell here. We're into
Okay, show and tell.
Big
Okay.
time. Okay,
So,
show us one.
so
and you
here,
once again illustrated.
what you get
Okay.
is these cards.
Kind of like a tarot card. Huh?
They are sort of like a tarot cards. You have a picture, which is a Mardi Gras costume, and you have a riddle. And the costume is the answer to the riddle, but you have to guess the answer. But there are the answers to the riddles of existence. They come in these with these cards.
Beautiful. They
So-
look like they'd be frameable. Very
Yeah,
frameable.
well-
And then one other book over here, Sarah. I know
and
you have
then,
lots
yes,
of show and tell
okay.
here.
This is the French Quarter Fables.
That's been around for a while.
That's
hasn't
been
it?
around for a
Yeah.
while,
It's
but
beautiful.
it keeps selling, and because people enjoy it.
You can open
This is
up and
also,
check, yeah.
These are, as you
Really
can see,
lovely.
they're illustrated, and there are fables set in the French Quarter and in and around New Orleans, and you'll recognize both the characters and who may be characters that you've met that remind you of the characters.
And one other thing, of course, Josephine's, many of her photographs are in a book that you also have available.
Yes, well, yes. Josephine's photographs are in, we have a couple of books of hers.
And her last name, we should point out.
Josephine Sacabo.
Sacabo,
She is a kind of a renowned photographer,
She is.
and she does photo engravings. And we have a book called Nocturnes, which are her engravings and my poems together.
Okay, so lunapress.com for details.
Lunapress.com.
But available at all local
there it is.
bookstores. There we
Yes,
go.
there it is.
Yay, all right.
Lunapress.com. All the local bookstores have these books, so you can buy them locally, or you can go to lunapress.com and buy them that way.
And once
So thank you.
again, if the name Dalt Wonk does sound very, very, very familiar because of all the other many things that he's done, you also are a playwright, and you've written many plays,
I'm a
including
playwright.
Shangri-La.
Yes, Shangri-La with Charles Neville and a bunch of other plays.
About the Dewdrop Inn. And,
about the Dewdrop
So-
Inn. And a bunch of
Yeah.
other plays.
Well, thank you so much,
Well,
Dalt.
thank you for
Great.
having me.
Best to your wife.
Thank you.
And now it's time for our picks. Diane.
Oh, well, of course, NOLA Christmas Fest. You must bring your family. There's a great deal. If you bring a Coke product to the ticket office, you get $5 off. So we
that's a good
open
deal.
next Thursday, the 21st, till New Year's Eve, the 31st. So
Okay.
come on down.
Great, thank you. Poppy.
Well, if you don't want to make your own Christmas gifts, you can go tomorrow to a celebration of food, beverages, and culinary innovations at the Southern Food and Beverage Museum. There's going to be 45 great local purveyors selling holiday gifts, and you
great
can
idea.
taste it all too. It's really great fun.
Sounds good. Thank you. Kimberly.
This Sunday, the 17th, Cafe Istanbul is, oh crap, it's Christmas. It's about a dozen of the best musicians in New Orleans, hosted by Debbie Davis and Matt Prime, putting on a musical spectacular that is very special.
Very
7 p.m.
good.
this
Thank
Sunday.
you. Dalt.
Well, I would just say please go out to any of the local bookstores. They can certainly use the help. And please buy some Luna Press books. Thank you.
Please. Thank you. And my picks. Just a reminder that the Piety Street Market, which is located, right there at 612 Piety Street, will be selling holiday crafts and other merchandise tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's, of course, in the Bywater Marigny area. And the New Orleans broadcast legend, Bob Carr, will be signing his new book called The Packard Limousine tomorrow at 11 a.m. at Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, right there in North Carrollton, New Orleans. And visit Tubby & Coos' website for more information. The New Orleans Ballet Theater will be performing their rendition of The Nutcracker. It's tomorrow and this Sunday and next Friday. The performances will be at the Orpheum Theater. Visit NewOrleansBalletTheater.com to purchase your tickets. Don't miss out on Christmas caroling, of course, in Jackson Square Sunday night from 7:30 to 8:30. Kudos to the patio planters who annually stage that event. Late breaking news, Errol Laborde, we know that guy, will be signing his books, including New Orleans, The First 300 Years, which he edited from 2 to 4 tomorrow at Octavia Books. And now we leave you with another clip of Kimberly and Michael performing. Here is Loose Cattle in conjunction with the Lost Bayou Ramblers performing Don't Make Your Mama Cry on Christmas Day. Thank you all very much, and thanks for watching. Good night.
Everyone tells you come home for Christmas, the only time to see the whole family. We can all get along like fiddle and accordion, to be together just like we used to be. You might say you can't go home for Christmas, times are hard, your life gets in the way. Lonesome might seem nice, but your heart will pay a price. So don't make your mama cry on Christmas Day. Say